Cats. Mysterious, moody, and occasionally downright confusing. One moment they're a cuddly ball of fluff. The next, they're giving you a look that makes you question your life choices. If you've ever wondered why your cat is silently plotting your downfall or just tolerating your existence, you're not alone. Cats are experts in passive-aggressive communication, and their subtle hints can leave even the most devoted owner scratching their head. Before you go rearranging your entire life to win their approval, let's decode those hard-to-spot signals that might mean your cat isn't exactly your biggest fan. But first, pause for a second and hit that subscribe button. The Houdini Act. When your cat suddenly vanishes into thin air as soon as you enter the room, it's not a magical trick. It's probably their way of sending you a message. Cats are known for being selective with their attention, and if they're hiding, it's likely because they want a little distance from you. Instead of greeting you at the door with excitement, they've chosen to retreat into a cozy corner or under the couch to give you the cold shoulder. It's not personal, though. Cats just have high standards and sometimes need a break from social interaction, even from their favorite humans. The accidental paw swipe. More often than not, it's a subtle signal that they've had enough of whatever you're doing. You might have gotten too close for comfort or extended too much attention their way. Cats have a way of pretending they're not bothered, but that little swipe is their discreet way of setting boundaries. The swipe may seem harmless, but it's a cat's way of telling you to back off before they escalate things. Unlike the affectionate paw taps they give when they want your attention, a swipe is more like a personal space reminder. Pay close attention to their behavior. If this happens regularly, it's probably time to give them a little more room and respect their need for solitude. The tail flick of doom. The tail flick is often underestimated, but it's one of the most telling signs that your cat is not happy with you. That rapid, sharp flicking motion is their version of a red flag. Less obvious than a hiss or growl, but just as clear. This flick usually happens when your cat is annoyed, frustrated, or overstimulated. You might be petting them too much, getting in their face, or doing something that doesn't sit well with them, and suddenly the tail flicks in a sharp, rhythmic motion. It's not a cute wag like how a dog does. It's a warning that you're pushing them past their patience limit. The ear flat of fury. Another body language that might hint that your cat secretly doesn't like you is when their ears suddenly flatten against their head. It's like a red flag warning you to back off. It could mean that your cat is not in the mood for interaction and is probably feeling threatened, annoyed, or just downright unimpressed by your existence at that moment. It's their way of signaling that they're on high alert, ready to defend themselves or simply retreat from whatever is making them uncomfortable. If you see those ears pressed flat to their skull, it's best to give them some space and rethink that petting session. The perfectly timed hairball. There's nothing quite like the drama of a perfectly timed hairball to let you know your cat is over it. Just when you think everything is fine, maybe you're giving them some space, keeping things chill, they let out that signature cough and boom, there it is, a hairball strategically placed right where you'll step. This isn't just a coincidence. Your cat has perfected the art of causing maximum disruption at the most inconvenient moment. It's almost like they know exactly when you're not paying attention. The deliberate ignore. You might be trying to coax them with treats, calling their names sweetly, or even offering a belly rub, which they probably don't want anyway, but they couldn't care less. This means that they're not interested in your love or attention right now, and no amount of persuasion will change their mind. In their eyes, you're just not worthy of their time at that particular moment, and they will not hesitate to let you know it by turning their back, walking away, or staring at you. The post-petting purge. Cats love a subtle shade, and their grooming habits might just be their way of throwing it at you. If your cat starts a full-on cleaning session the moment you leave the room, or worse, immediately after you've dared to pet them, it's not just a coincidence. Cats are notoriously picky about their personal space, and your petting might not always make the cut. It's like they're erasing your existence, one lick at a time. Ouch! The food snub. You've spent a small fortune on premium cat food, and what do you get? A disdainful sniff and a dramatic walk away. The food snub is a classic move in their world, and it's their passive-aggressive way of showing that they're unimpressed with your efforts. Cats can be picky, sure, but when they blatantly walk away from a freshly filled bowl, it's less about the kibble and more about their need for control. Maybe they wanted something different. Or maybe they just feel like being difficult, but whatever the reason, you're definitely on the receiving end of a full-blown food rejection. The sudden mood shift. 1 minute, your cat is happily curled up in your lap, purring away like a content little furball, and the next, they're suddenly launching themselves off you like you're on fire. It's probably because you've crossed an invisible line. Cats are known for being moody creatures, but these sudden personality shifts are their way of enforcing boundaries. They'll go from cuddly to crabby in a blink, making it clear that their tolerance for your touch has just expired, and your personal space is now non-negotiable. The death stare. While cats often look at their humans with a sense of curiosity, this particular stare is reserved for moments when your cat has reached their breaking point. It's a warning sign, like the calm before a storm, and it's your cue to back off before you find yourself on the receiving end of a claw swipe or an unceremonious exit from the couch. What's even more unnerving is that cats have perfected the art of silent judgment. There's no hissing or growling, just an icy, unwavering stare that demands you reflect on your life choices. Pay attention, the stare speaks louder than any meow ever could. The litter box protest. Cats are incredibly clean creatures, and the litter box is one of their most sacred territories. If they're choosing to relieve themselves elsewhere, it's usually because you've either neglected their bathroom needs or made a decision they absolutely do not approve of. Maybe the box is dirty, or perhaps they've simply had enough of that fancy scented litter you've been using. Either way, your cat is letting you know that something has gone terribly wrong, and they're taking matters into their own paws. The sudden chomp. If your cat suddenly turns into a little furry vampire and starts nibbling on you, don't panic, unless it's accompanied by a full-on attack. Cats have a reputation for being independent, and when they feel overwhelmed or annoyed by too much attention, they might use their teeth to make a statement. While a playful nip might be innocent if it's followed by a serious chomp, it's likely their way of drawing a boundary you didn't realize was there. The couch destruction derby. Your couch is shredded, your curtains are in tatters, and your sanity is hanging by a thread. We understand. Your cat is upset with you, but cats love to scratch. It's how they mark their territory, sharpen their claws, and stretch their muscles. It could be as simple as not providing them with a proper scratching post, or perhaps they've become bored with their toys and have decided to let their frustrations spill over onto your furniture. The fleeing frenzy. On the serious side of things, constantly fleeting is when your cat acts like there's an invisible army of pests attacking them, even if the only threat is your innocent attempt to get some quality cuddle time. It's not necessarily about fleas, it's about your cat's sudden burst of energy that leads them to jump, dart, or wiggle out of your grasp with the precision of a ninja. But the escape attempts don't stop at just avoiding your hands, they're on a mission for freedom. Like bolting through an open door, squeezing through a barely cracked window, or sprinting toward the exit as they've just seen the outside world, it's clear your cat is seeking a getaway. There are many reasons why a cat may want to make a run for it. Hormonal behavior, territorial instincts, new sights, smells and sounds, or simply boredom with being cooped up indoors. If this behavior is a regular occurrence, it's best to consult with a vet for advice. If you've enjoyed deciphering your cat's mysterious behavior, don't stop here. Check out our other videos for more hilarious insights into the cat's mind. And while you're at it, give us a like, click that notification bell, hit the subscribe button, and drop a comment below. We love to hear all about it. Thanks for watching.